Ooh, we got settings up, girl. Hello and welcome. Welcome. All right, let's get this show on the road. We love us some settings. That was setting representation right there. Hello, welcome. Yeah, so I'm just doing some art trades right now. I've been working on this one for a real long time, and I'm hoping to color it up tonight, maybe shade it, and then do all like the little tinkering and stuff tomorrow, post up by Wednesday, you know, all that shit. I've been having problems with my software, I think, for my VTuber. Hopefully nothing happens, but I think that's why she was freaking out when we were playing Broken Reality the other day. I think I fixed it. I have no idea though. I think it was a little fudged because we tried to like do that like unboxing video, and then I like messed up my camera. Because obviously it's the same camera that captures me for this as it is we were using to film the boxes. There's no echoing though. There's no, like, it's using the right microphone. Like, it sounds good. Yeah? Let me know. But yeah. So I'm trying to make this, sounds good? Perfect. Also noticed my audio was like strangely loud or strangely like balanced, but in like the wrong way. So hopefully it's better this time. I mean, it wasn't like a huge issue. It was kind of just like on me. It wasn't, I'm like doodling on the wrong layer already. We love it. But yeah. Also, I played a little bit of Hollow Knight off stream, just because I wanted to buy a few more charms. So like I didn't actually advance in the game. I just like did all this backtracking to just like buy the rest of the notches and the charms that I could. And then if I stream Wednesday, it might be Thursday though, but if I stream on Wednesday, we will try and get Marmu and beat the Queen's Garden section. Hopefully we're strong enough to beat something in Deep Nest. I feel like if Deep Nest didn't have all those like charging fucking bugs, maybe it would be better. Maybe if Deep Nest just wasn't spider themed. Just putting that out there. Also, hello. I didn't really like give my personal hellos yet. Hello Pie, hello Denim, and hello Candy. Welcome. Yeah, we're all having a laugh. Okay, so like right before I went on, I like Denim shared with me that the Board 8's club got hacked. So Ape Escape. The apes have escaped. For those who don't know, I just love silly little guys, and Ape Escape is literally full of silly little guys. They're finally free. Yeah, we love that for them. Ape 11, stop. Oh my god, you guys, my apologies to my American viewers, but I don't know if you've seen the turning red memes in regards to that one critic who said that it wasn't realistic because it didn't have anything to do with 9/11. I mean, one, it took place in Canada, and two, like, although it did impact us greatly, like, it was so funny. Oh my god. Yeah, what? Hello, DJ Attention. Wait, what? Yeah. Okay, there was a critic who said that Turning Red, the movie about teenage girls turning into pandas, was not realistic because it had nothing to do. It did not mention 9/11 because it takes place the same year that happened. And And everyone started like editing footage of the mom going through the little girl's journal. And then she's just like, you know, whatever her name is, she goes, "What is this?" And it's it's an Oni Plays joke where it says like 9/11/2 escape to Africa, and she's drawn like the Twin Towers in her book. And then people were like dubbing over it where the little girl was like, "No, they hit the Pentagon." I'm just like, holy shit. You know, I'm sure a lot of people also in the chat are like around my age and kind of grew up when, you know, in a both in a pre and post 9/11 world. It's kind of like, this is a hot take, it's kind of refreshing to see all these the new gen who like don't know a world prior to that. And listen, I'm just saying, the fact that the US turned it into basically a commodity with all of like the remembrance items that you can purchase, and I don't know, all the movies, like you turn it into a blockbuster, and then you have the gall to be like, "Don't make fun of this, bruh." A few friends and I were talking about like, you know, what were you doing when 9/11 happened? So, welcome to my 9/11 stream. Fuck. Anyways, I was like, well, my mom picked me up from lunch and she seemed really rattled, and I got into the car and she's like, "Something bad is happening." And I was like, "Oh," and I'm thinking like, oh no, it's a family member. And I am definitely not, what do you call it? Like, I'm not saying that like, I'm just saying I was really young and I didn't understand like what that meant. Like it was just like my own little world, right? Like it was just like the world existed outside of me and I understood that, but realistically it was like if it wasn't happening in my small town, I didn't know about it. I was just like, whatever. And then yeah, little kid me, how it affected me, it affected my TV programming. Because I used to watch Fox News in the morning. But see, I was watching Fox, or not Fox News, but I was watching the Fox network, sorry. Why the fuck would I be watching? No. The only time I ever watched Fox was when I was watching Cops or when I was watching Digimon, because Cops was literally, Cops was like a family thing. Like, I know that sounds insane, but like we really liked any episodes that took place on like holidays because people were just so unhinged, especially Halloween. And like we would sit around and like eat all my Halloween candy and watch Cops. And like that's what we did. And then like I also watched Fox for the Fox box, so I could watch Sonic X. Although I didn't watch a lot of Sonic X, I watched mostly the Kirby show, which I don't even really remember, to be honest. And then in the mornings they were one episode ahead of the Canadian television, or the Canadian channel YTV in their Digimon episodes. So I would go to school and I'd pretend that I was like a psychic reader, and I'd be like, "I think this is gonna happen." And then it would happen because I already fucking saw it, and then all my friends would be like, "Whoa, Pluto, how did you know?" And I was like, "I don't know, I had that feeling." So like I was a little bit of a liar, but you know, my uncle also works at Nintendo, and it's made me a better person. Also, I had the exclusive Peekaboo in school. Like, you know, life was good. But yeah, all of that changed when 9/11 happened, because all hours of the day it was just like that same footage over and over again. And like you couldn't escape it. I remember they actually, like, in school, I remember they wheeled in a TV and made us watch it. And I was just like, I'm 11. I think it was like 10 or 11, and I was just like not registering anything. I was just like, this sucks, I guess. And like, I'm not trying to downplay it, you know, it's awful that it happened, but like, you know, it might have been bigger if I was American. If anything, it's just become inconvenient to fly or do or say anything in America. Because everyone's, like, freaked out about it, and, like, I don't know, it's probably very problematic for me to say, but it's just kind of like, man, like, well, okay, so I gotta tell you about a 9/11 rumor. Denham saying, I live in New York City, and I don't expect people in other country to be super spooked about 9/11. That's the thing, is that, like, you know, it's awful that it happened, but it was also just kind of like I'm 11, what am I supposed to do with this, you know? But where I live, I live in kind of like industrial area, yeah, like in an industrial city, I guess. Like it was all power plants and stuff like that. And so the 9/11 rumor that went around, like, everyone in my city was suddenly scared that, like I remember some kid was like, they found this list and it has all these cities that they're gonna attack, and our city is number 3 because we have the power plants. And if they hit the power plants, then, like, all of this spot in Ontario is gonna blow up. And I was just like, oh my god. And, like, you know, just, I don't know, it was really scary. And then, like, I remember just sitting in my living room and I was, like, shell-shocked. I was like, oh my god, like, it could happen here. And it's just kind of like, Denham saying, yo, number 3, that's not a bad placement. But yeah, I don't know, I thought, what a fucking, nobody cares about my small town. I don't know. There's other shit happening there. It's not gonna be that shit, though. But yeah, that was, like, that's what, like, also, I don't know. Anyways, turning red, 9/11 memes. They hit the spot. I also have a friend, well, actually, it's my friend, Chef Trebs, who they started recently, streaming again. And they're really funny, and, over, like, the Panasonic, we got, like, really, really close, and all that jazz. But, them and, like me and them, we, that's, like, our bread and butter. We always fucking share 9/11 memes. We know, it's, like, the most degenerate thing about us, but there's some good ones. The shittier it is, the funnier it is. Like, I don't mean shitty and, like, mean-spirited. I mean, like, shitty and just, like, like, I remember, I was on, like, this fucking date once, and, he was trying to talk to me about Lord of the Rings, and instead of saying the 2 towers, he said the Twin Towers, and I was like, oh my god, Lord of the Rings takes place in modern day? I never knew! Like, and he just was like, ah, like, because of his flub, but it was, very funny to me. I thought it was very funny. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to, like, my brain's a little broken today. Oh my god, Candy in the chat saying, dude, I was 13 when 9/11 happened, and I can assure you that American kids did not give a shit about 9/11 either. Pie saying, can't milk a cow for 21 years. Oh my god. Okay, wait. Before I read what Candy said about what she was doing on 9/11, I really like Cool Shirts. They're an Australian brand. They also are in heavy partnership with Cold Ones, and you would know them from, like, Max Mofo and Anything for Views if you're familiar with, like, iDubbbz and Filthy Frank back in the day. I remember Scott, the guy who makes a lot of the shirts for them, he wrote, like, he was just like, I remember the day that Steve Irwin died, and I guess that was kind of, you know, Australia's 9/11. And I think about that tweet all the fucking time, and honestly, I was more upset about Steve Irwin's passing as a kid. Again, maybe problematic, but Solidarity in the chat for Cops being a family thing. God. I really want to find, like, some episodes of Cops and just watch it. I'm big ACAB. We hate them, but, like, fuck, man. That's just what we did in the 90s. We just watched Cops. I just want it. And, you know, we all love the theme song. We would always sing the theme song when we were being sneaky. You know, it was good. It was good. Anyways, Candy saying, on 9/11, I was bullying my mother to buy me the Gorillaz debut album because she was... Oh, but she was scared. And Kmart was right there. Denim bringing up, like, the Lois Griffin bit in Family Guy with the 9/11. Indigo Violet, hello, welcome. Did we also get the OJ Simpson Power Hour too? We did. Anytime. Like, we had, like, the Casey Anthony Power Hour as well. I don't know. To be fair, though, true crime can get real fucked up real fast. And, like, I don't know. It's the same reason why people, you know, listen to fucked up podcasts about true crime. Like, sometimes you just gotta see it. I both love and hate that he wrote the book, If I Did It. It's like, maybe don't. Maybe don't do that. Denim being like, so I was sharing 9/11 memes on this one date. Listen, I gotta know that they can vibe with me. Also, hello, King Kuma! Oh, Candy, why would they attack the falls in Niagara Falls? They're not attacking... I don't know why. That's just really funny to me. It probably shouldn't be. What are you gonna do about it? Oh my god. No. Anyways, I'm sorry. I don't know how we got so fucking derailed here. I just want to color this. Anyways, but yeah, this morning, I got recommended one of the, I think the worst YouTube videos someone like me could, like, ever be recommended. And what happened was, I was like, yeah, I'll watch that. And then I was like, ooh, bad move. And if you're wondering what YouTube was pushing me this morning, I watched, like, a few iceberg videos that were, like, things you shouldn't Google. And a lot of it was shit that, like, I saw in passing as a young teen online in, like, the early 2000s. And I was like, well, yeah, I probably shouldn't have looked at that. But, like, I don't know. There was no, like, guardrails like there are on things now. And, I don't know. I was pretty, like, it was kind of fucked up to say, but I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Yep, that makes sense. Pretty desensitized to all of it, which I hate for me. I feel like no one should feel that way. Oh, no, we'll give her yellow nails? I think if we give her yellow nails. But yeah, and then I was also looking at, like, things where it was, like, what was it? Like, places that Google Maps has, like, tried to, like, weird places on Google Maps, icebergs. And then I did, like, a Nintendo iceberg. Then I did Donkey Kong iceberg. But the one this morning that I was watching at 8 a.m., I wake up, get my coffee. I didn't have coffee. I got my juice. I had strawberry juice today. And turn on YouTube. And I'm like, yes, let's go. As I click the disturbing PSAs iceberg. Some made me cry. I felt like I was gonna puke a few times. I was very anxious. I was already, like, anxious for some reason. But, yeah, maybe don't watch that at 8 a.m. That's all I'm putting out there. If you do look up the video, I don't remember if there was, like, a warning. It kind of comes with the territory. Like, you you know you're about to see some stuff. But yeah, definitely there was some rough ones, and I will not talk about the content of them, but I will say that there was some that I was just like, when are they playing this? Are they playing this late at night? And I'm like, I can't imagine curling up and just being like, I'm gonna watch some TV late at night, and then I see this terrible, scary ad that's like a PSA. I mean, like, I get it, and yeah, they should exist, but like, fuck. And it was like PSAs from like around the world, and Australia and Canada, they go hard. They absolutely want us to stay safe. And you know what? I'd honest to God say that they worked, because I never want to do meth. And I never want to drink again. So, you know, it worked. Oh, I like this horny music playing as I talk about, like, awful things. Denim being like, why are there so many of these videos? Holy shit. Well, some of the PSAs that we used to have in Canada were like, they're good. Like, we remember them, they're solid, and they weren't like terrifying. Like the concerned children advertisers in Canada, they knew what was up. They had really good ones. Oh God, no! DJ Tension. No, we don't speak of that one. I'm just gonna call it the lady in the kitchen. I literally texted one of my friends, and I was like, oh, I watched I binge watched a whole bunch of PSAs, and I feel like shit now. And he was like, I was like, there's one from Quebec that was absolutely terrifying. And he goes, please don't tell me what it is. I said, I won't. And he goes, I still have night terrors about the lady in the kitchen. And I was just like, it was on par with the lady in the kitchen. And that was the thing, is that, here, I will just say that the lady in the kitchen, there was like a few from that specific run. And they were not as rough as the lady in the kitchen. Like, there was one, and he's like, it's a guy, and he's like welding, and he's welding like incorrectly, and I think like a gas canister or something is nearby him, and it goes off and it explodes. And like, for some reason, like, yeah, that's scary, of course, but it was easier to palate than like, than the lady in the kitchen. That lady in the kitchen should have been on the fucking do not Google iceberg. That's all I'm saying. Where's my pen? Why won't you let me color? Fucking yeah, oh my god, I love Best of the Worst. Denim's mentioning Best of the Worst, who sometimes land on like work safety videos, and they watch them, and like, I can't do it. Like I have it on in the background, and I'll like slowly put my window over top of it until they like stop showing it or stop talking about it. I don't mind listening to it, but boy oh boy, I don't want to look at it. And yeah, Indigo Varlet saying Safe Search wasn't around for us kids. I think we had like Google Image Safe Search. But I do remember a time when we didn't, and I was looking for Nights into Dreams pictures, and I just got a huge ding-dong, and I was really upset. I think it was because it said Into Dreams, and they were like, romance novel, and I was like, I am 9, what is this? Also, I missed you too, King Kuma, I missed you. Man, Candy bringing up the JonBenet Ramsey case. I remember as a kid seeing her picture like all around on like different magazine covers and stuff like that. And I used to think, oh wow, she's so beautiful and stuff like that. And I asked my mom, I'm like, why is she like who is she? And my mom just said something bad happened to her. And, like, that's the end of the conversation. I was so young, though, so, like, I can kind of understand why my mom, I, like, barely could read. Like, why would my mom explain that to me? She just said something really bad happened to her. And I think my mom even said, like, they're looking for her, or, like, implied that she was missing or not around or something like that. Because she just didn't want to straight up tell me that her parents killed her. So. Please don't watch Lady in the Kitchen. It's actually a jump scare. Like, it's the worst. And that one did play late at night. I remember watching Teletoon late at night, and it would play, and it would start, and I'm like, I already know where this is going, goodbye, and I would change the channel, because it was so fast, and it was so horrifying. But you know what? It made me really mindful of workplace accidents, so it did its job. Yeah, it is scary. I mean, it's kind of its job. Like, it's kind of telling us, like, hey, this shit isn't pretty. There's a few, I think, drug-centric, PSAs that are, like, I really like, it's gonna sound weird, the artistry in them. Like, I really like the way it's shot and the way it looks, although it's, like, you know, awful to think that this happens to real people. But, like, there's one, and it's, like, this girl, and it's, like, obviously dated for the time, so it's, like, a really, like, 2000-y Y2K looking girl, and she's, like, brushing her teeth and stuff like that in the mirror, and she's, like, bopping around, looking really cute, but then it's about, like, the dangers of smoking, so then it, like, cuts between, like, her and then this, like, monster version of her who's, like, decaying, like, before our eyes, and, that kept me up at night as a kid. I was like, ah! But like, the, I like shit like that. Like, I think that's there's also, like, a PSA ad for the dangers of heroin that was actually directed by the alien guy. Is it Ridley Scott? Is that his name? Blade Runner? You know? He worked on those two movies. And yeah, he fucking made a heroin PSA. And it's great, but it's also like, ooh, buddy, it's, Oh, we love Josie. That's Josie and the Pussycats. That actress. She's also in She's All That, the one where this is your brain on drugs. That commercial, as an adult, watching it, and, you know, this is kind of, with this, like, happy Sonic music, like, as an adult watching it, and, like, having lost friends to abuse, like, drug abuse, it makes me tear up. Like, I don't know, it fucking sucks. Like, it's a good commercial. I like the parodies of it, but, like, it also just hits different when you're older. Oh my god, King Kuma is saying that they actually, like, got, like, a burn from their job, like, in the kitchen. That's so scary. I remember in high school, there was a girl named Lauren. I wasn't close to her, but, like, we hung out a few times, and she was in my math class. And she started working at Burger King. Oh, it wasn't from work. It was falling in a bonfire. Damn. That's so scary. God, no. I'm not trying to downplay your injury, but that reminds me of when that guy fell and hit the bonfire in Survivor. I remember that was scary, because they actually, on TV, showed him, like, in the lake, trying to, like, wash himself or something, and you could see that his skin was all melted. It was so scary. I can't imagine. Sorry, I don't know where the fuck, me trying to fix the vibe, also me, hey, let's talk about scary things we saw as a kid, and 9/11, what the fuck, man? Anyways, let's change this topic. We just keep it real, it's true. Yeah, okay, those house hippos, though. I don't know, my favorite Canadian PSA is the "We are girls." It's just like, I don't know, rent free, man. Oh, thank you. The model, Kuma is saying that they like my model. Thank you. It's temporary. I'm currently in the works of getting one of my TV head. This one I just kind of made to play with the software, get familiar with it, and stuff like that. And I also have one of my character main. And I have been slowly making one for my friend Neo just for fun. Because his character has a different body type. He's kind of more like chibi. And I thought that would be kind of like interesting to try and play with. And then I'm also interested in like making one of like maybe Zombie Lily or Scarecrow or probably Random Person and stuff like that. Like I want to have like a whole slew of characters. No, okay. Denim's a little confused about the We Are Girls one. It was like a PSA about like for the sake of sounding like, I want to say girl power. I want to say girl power so bad. I want to say it's a PSA about girl power so bad. I'm trash. But basically it was like saying like, you know, we can do whatever we put our minds to and stuff like that. And then at the end of the PSA, like the whole time it's just like a young girl narrating. I think it's multiple young girls. And they're like, you know, just talking and like hyping up what they want to do and or what they can do. And then at the end like it's just like it's a shot of a girl like looking at the camera and she's like, we're girls. And then like she just like says something like, you know, oh, we can do whatever we put our minds to or something like that. I don't know, I don't fully remember it. I just remember the we are girls part. And like if you have to say it like that too, because like I've like been in these conversations like in real life and I'm like, do you remember the we are girls? My friends are like, yeah, I do. There was a really good Canadian one about, I think, again, heroin. And it was like a brain, but it was made out of a whole bunch of like wires. And then these clippers would come in and clip one by one. And then it just started like sparking and like short circuiting. And so like that was our equivalent of like, this is your brain on drugs PSA. I remember really liking that commercial, although like I knew it was like portraying like a negative thing. But I thought it was like really interesting. Man, thinking about the then I'm just saying, so it's about girl power. I'm just thinking about when Eric Andre was asking Scary Spice Mel B if Margaret Thatcher had girl power. And then fucking Mel B's like, yeah, of course she had girl power. And then like Eric Andre like asks if like he like mentioned something fucking awful that she's done, and he goes, would you say that Margaret Thatcher had girl power when blah 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 blah? And it's just she did not have girl power. I think Mel was just being polite. Or like, I think it would be really weird if like Mel didn't know who Margaret Thatcher is, but do I wanna? I kind of want to fill the whole thing. It looks weird. We'll fill the whole thing. Nick News, is that like Nickelodeon News? I didn't grow up with Nickelodeon, unfortunately. So I do not remember. I watched a lot of MTV News, and I watched a lot of the news section on Much Music. Did YTV have anything like that? I know it had like the little segments in between shows, but it didn't really have anything like that, if I recall. Yeah, that looks good. Ah, hello, Liz. Welcome. Welcome. What fucking way today? Ah, thank you, Liz. I love drawing shoes. For the longest time, I struggled a lot with drawing shoes. But I bought a book that's called like 1,000 Shoes or something like that, and it's just like the history of shoes. It's just got a whole bunch of shoes. And then I also have one that's a whole bunch of sneakers, and I love it. I love flipping through it and looking at these shoes and stuff. And like I had a tutor in college, and I was just like, yeah, I hate drawing feet. I don't understand feet. And she was like, they're just a triangle. And I said, what do you mean? And then once she like told me that, I was like, damn, she's right. Like, so even though I draw like circular shoes, they look better if you start with a triangle, right? And like same with these. Kelly's memoir. Oh my god, shoes. There's definitely been times where like I'm looking at like pricey shoes and I just say, these shoes are $300 fucking dollars. I mean, normally the shoes I'm looking at are not that expensive, but like anything over $100 is like for shoes. I'm like, oh, I have a Kelly moment. And you know what? Like, as much as I love myself like a good pair of like cheap sneakers, as I'm older, I kind of have to buy like nice shoes that'll last and like spend the extra money because my feet just can't handle like crappy shoes or like crappy heels or anything like that. Fucking sucks. Oh, hello, Cosmo. Welcome. Oh, Candy, you're thinking about, I think it's like Mizuki-chan in the Wonderland? Maybe? No. Wait, no. I know what you're talking about. It was the live action one, right? It was the live action. It was like, I actually, yeah. It was a live action, what was it? It like took place in a garden. I used to watch that live action, Miyuki. You know what I meant. Yeah, this song's a bop. Poppy. Stop! Let me finish my story about the live action Alice in Wonderland show that Jessica's talking about. So I would watch it if it was on because I don't know, I always just really loved Alice in Wonderland. And when I went to Disney World in 2000, I think it was the years, yeah, it was 2000, or 1999. But I have all these shirts or like Disney memorabilia that's like celebrating the new millennium. So I either went in 1999 or 2000, one of those. But I actually got to see the house that's in that show, if that makes sense. Because like they're just prop houses, right? Like they don't have a back. It's just like the front of a house for like the establishing shot. So I got to see it in like person. It was kind of cool. I was like, oh, I watched that show. And then like nobody fucking cared about it. I assure nobody cared on the tour. Like the tour guy's like, and then here's the house from the Adventures of Alice in Wonderland. And I'm just like, oh, wow. And everyone's like, looks the other way. I'm like, oh, yeah. But I don't know. Yeah, it was cool. I don't remember much. It was kind of far away. I don't know. I did see it, though. Also, I didn't say hi to Duke. I just acknowledged that we were bopping to this song. Okay, so Pi has redeemed points for a story, and his prompt is Poppy. Do you want me to tell them specifically about my eyeball in Poppy? Is that what you're implying? I don't even know that story's funny. Yeah, I love anything to do with Alice in Wonderland as well. Maybe you want that story? Okay. Oh yeah, I love Eureka's Castle too. Listen, all I'm just saying, Batty from Eureka's Castle. I wish you could see me smiling. He could get it. He's cute. A little nervous guy. His big old glasses. So cute. Okay, so yeah, Poppy, the musician, and my eyeball. Yeah, I'll explain. Okay. So, way back when I was dating Will, I was like, I don't know, I was just at the very end of my Poppy phase. Like, Poppy Computer had just come out. I really liked it, but then all these like shit things started coming out about Poppy being like shitty to her fans and all that stuff. So I was a little like about Poppy, but like I still really liked Poppy Computer, and so I like tried to woo him by like sending him Computer Boy, and I was like, this is us, we're Computer Boy. So I sent him Computer Boy, and I was like, this is my favorite Poppy song. It reminds me of you. And he's like, aw. And I was like, cute, whatever. And then my friend Eddie was like, hey, Pluto, you should enter this contest. Poppy's coming to Toronto, and you can win like tickets. Listen, Denim, listen. Okay. So Eddie, he's crucial to the story, so I have to mention that he's there. Stop at the middle. Okay, so I entered this contest, and they were like, tell us your favorite Poppy song, and tell us why it's your favorite song. And so I said, I really like Computer Boy. I listen to it when I miss my boyfriend. And, what happens? Don't, you guys are rude. Don't be mean about him. Anyways, so what happened was, I was like, yeah, it reminds me of my boyfriend. We're long distance, blah, blah, blah. And, I won. They were like, that's really cute. Please DM us and we'll give you the concert tickets so you can take your Computer Boy to the concert. And I was like, whoa, damn. All right, cool. However, the concert was on a Wednesday. There was no way that he could come and see it. So I brought my friend Tal. And, as I'm getting ready for the show, he's texting me and he's like, are you excited? And I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty excited, blah, blah, blah. And I'm doing my makeup. And I'm still learning how to do makeup. I'm not very good at makeup. I'm still not very good at makeup, but I'm better, and I understand makeup better. The emote is not mean. I just mean Pi saying the ex-boyfriend parts are meh. He's a crucial character to this story. So anyways, I'm talking to him on Instagram, and I'm doing my makeup, and I just like send him a text. I'm like, oh shit, I just got mascara in my, or I just got eyeliner in my eye. Oh fuck. And he fucking just dead ass calls me, and I'm just like in agonizing pain trying to flush my eye. I have a huge phobia of like eye trauma, and I've had eye surgery before, and it didn't make the eye trauma fear any better. And And so anyways, he just calls me because obviously I can't text him now that I have fucking makeup in my eye. And he's just like, are you okay? Like, what's going on over there? And like, he could probably hear me like running the water, trying to like flush my eye out. And I'm like groaning probably. And I'm just like, I just really want to go see Poppy. I just want to go see I was like, I just want to look for Poppy. And like the way that I said it, I said Pappy or like Pappy or something. And then I just want you to picture me flushing my eye in the bathroom sink, hunched over, crying. I'm pretty sure like my eyes were all teared up and red. Even the one that didn't have makeup in it. And then it's just him over the phone, just repeating, Pappy, Pappy, Poppy. Like, making fun of the way that I said Poppy. So, that was Pappy. And then, like, and then afterwards he would, like, text me, he goes, you listening to Pappy? I was like, stop. But yeah, it fucking sucked. And then, like, I was late for the show because it's fucking washing my eye out. I don't even think I wore makeup. I gave up. Once I got it out of my eye, I didn't want to chance it by putting it around my eye again, you know? I think that was a fair move on my part. But yeah. Okay, listen, when you're in pain, you're not thinking about her name is Poppy. You're like, I gotta get these words out as fast as possible. So yeah. I said Pappy. Do you want the eye surgery story? It's also about a concert. Hey, Big Pappy, stop! I'm a big Pappy fan. We stand Big Pappy. Big Pappy. That concert was good, the Poppy concert, other than, the kids were so rowdy. Like, there was, like, suddenly, like, I went to go see Poppy multiple times, and, it was, like, the first time, it was pretty small, because, like, it was, like, a niche sort of thing, and then the second time I saw her was this concert that I won. And everyone was pushy, and it wasn't even like her metal phase. This is Poppy Computer, so this is still like very on brand for what's happening. And because of like what was happening, because around that time, like I said, like bad things started to come out about her. Hey, at a park and watching Twitch. Oh my god, your poor Data. Killer Chicken, what are you doing, man? I appreciate you sacrificing your data to, like, hang out with me, though. That's really hot. Very sexy. Thank you. I hope you're having a good time at the park. It's been raining nonstop here, so no park adventures for me. I wanted to sit at the park yesterday, but it was, like, a little windy. Park with Wi-Fi. But yeah, the show was really rowdy, so like it wasn't her metal phase or anything either. Very strange. And I remember Titanic Sinclair was like still like a guitar or bass player. I don't fucking know or care what instrument he plays. Oh, thank you so much for the sub, Candy. Thank you. But yeah, he actually, like they had designed the backup band to look in such a way that everyone was painted the same, even though you could tell which one up close was Titanic Sinclair, but, like, I think they wanted to just avoid any sort of attention from him, or, like, to him, I guess. I don't know. Weird people. Whenever I, like, this is, like, back to problematic content, but, like, whenever I, like, need to be cheered up, I just look at the footage of, like, Titanic Sinclair, like, just getting his ass beat by, like, one of his friends, and I'm just like, there's good in this world. Oh, Killer Chicken just saw Sonic 2. Nice, nice, nice. No spoilers, but how did you like it? I really liked it. I like Sonic 2. It's good. But yeah, the eye surgery actually, that kind of came also from a concert. I'm pretty sure I've told this story so many times before. But what happened was, I was at Crystal Castles, and it was right before anything, it was right before anything bad came out about what he did to Alice and all that shit. At that point, we just knew that Alice left, and that was kind of it. And so this was one of the first shows with Edith, the new girl, who didn't know the lyrics of the song. It made me so mad. I was front row center because I was so excited. I was sad that Alice wasn't there, but I was like, this is the only time I'm ever gonna fucking see them. Might as well. And those would be my final words, because then I had to go get eye surgery. Their earlier shows used to be known for being really rough, to the point where, like, even Alice got kicked out of her own fucking show for, like, underage drinking and fighting. Because, like, she started in the band, like, really young. And, yeah, that didn't change, even though they had been, like, basically on hiatus forever. I was front row center, and there was a girl beside me, and her and I kind of bonded over just, like, shooting the shit over EDM and Crystal Castles and whatever. She got completely wrecked, like, thrown to the floor, and then, like, dragged out by security so that she didn't get fucking killed. And then I was near the, like, where the guardrail was, and people thought I was hoarding all this space in front of me, but it was actually stairs that you could not see in the dark, so people kept fucking pushing me forward, thinking, like, you know, fucking move, like, all of us want to be near the fucking front, but, like, I was like, no, like, there's nowhere for me to go, and, so that sucked. And my knees looked like I had gotten in a fight with a cheese grater, because the fence only went up to maybe my hip, so it was, like, perfect knee level for me to just, like, get that shredded, and that was through my jeans. Like, I could see that there was blood stains through my fucking denim. And then, at one point, I had taken off my glasses, and put them in my bag, because I was just like, these are gonna get fucked. And I'm like, I don't care if I see Crystal Castles blurry. Like, these are expensive. I don't wanna fucking lose them or break them. And I wouldn't have had to get surgery if I kept them on. I probably would have lost my glasses, though. It probably would have cost the same to replace them or to get the surgery. But I basically had someone reach out and grab my fucking face. Like, I watched it in slow motion when it happened. It was like, suddenly there was an arm reached out right beside my head, and then it just grabbed my face and pulled me back, like, as hard as they could. And one of their fingers went in my eye. It caused a small puncture in my eye that I was not aware about, but I just happened to have an, I think I was, like, getting new glasses or something. Anyways, so I went and I got my eyes checked, and she's like, you need to get eye surgery immediately. And I was like, why? And I'm like, don't push fucking laser eye surgery with me. Like, I love my glasses. And she's like, no, you have a puncture in your eye, and if it gets bigger, you're gonna go blind. And I was like, oh, okay, that's bad. And she goes, yeah, that's bad. So, yeah. That's how I got my eye surgery. Don't be a dick at shows. Don't fucking touch people. Like, it's one thing to bump into somebody when you're dancing and, oh, sorry. But, like, shit, man. And I mean, like, mosh pits, at least they're, like, consensual because you know what you're, like, kind of getting into by going into a mosh pit. But it was just, like, the chaos at this show. The violence. Like, it was awful. And I remember looking up once at Edith because she was right in front of me and she was laughing at us and then she spat on us and I was like, I'm never gonna listen to this band again. And I honestly didn't for a really long time because it was such an awful experience. I hated it. And like, they used to be one of my favorite bands, and then basically when all that shit came out about Ethan being trash, I was like, alright, this is the nail in the coffin, goodbye. Which sucked because in early college, Crystal Castles was like a huge, anyone who knows me well knows that I go through like huge music phases. Like right now, I'm going through my Prodigy phase. I am always going through my Gorillaz phase. That doesn't come and go. I just like get quieter about it, but like I'm always fucking thinking about Gorillaz. But like anything else, it's all kind of like, oh yeah, I was really into Prodigy then, or I was really into Crystal Castles then, and stuff like that. So yeah. Really scary, bad energy. Let's go see something else. Oh, Kenny mentioned a Mindless Self-Indulgent concert. Did we go to one together? I might have been with, I think I was with Kelsey. I'm unsure if you were in Toronto for that one. But I went to a Mindless Self-Indulgent concert, and I got vodka in my eye. It wasn't even my vodka, but it was like one of those classics, like, the girl in front of me runs up to her boyfriend or some guy, and she hugs him, but she's holding a drink, and she just dumped it on me. And, like, I remember leaving the show, and I felt like I was drunk because my skin had absorbed so many tossed drinks. Like, it was awful, and I stunk. I was also wearing a Pikachu shirt because it was like early 2000s and it was like very like sceney. And I remember somebody approached me and they're like, oh, you wore your Pikachu shirt because you knew that they were gonna do the Team Rocket theme. And I was like, no, but okay. I don't know, they were too drunk to like actually like... Yeah, Cosmo saying I need to start wearing goggles or something. Yeah. Protect them eyes, it's true. You only get 2. That being said, I did go to a concert over the weekend. I went to go see Anamanaguchi, and it was an amazing experience. It was very positive. No one got hurt, and everyone was really respectful considering how uneasy I feel a lot of us felt. Like, a lot of us... Oh, I made her look kind of like Daphne, huh? Oops! We'll fix. Oh, this song goes so hard. But yeah, the show at, that I saw this past weekend. No accidents. Oh yeah, okay, so, Cosmo's like saying that they're surprised that no one got clotheslined or injured or whatever, because of the, we passed around a stage light. I did not touch the stage light, because I was not like I was close to it, but also I'm short, so it went right over my head. And like Godspeed to everyone who was holding up the cables. Yeah, so like, it was a stage light, but it was not wireless, and so people were just like holding this cable like above their heads so that no one got choked or hurt or whatever. My friend has a theory that they did that so that they could manage people better in regards to like there was like a bit of a mosh pit happening, but like not really. And I think to like just keep everything like in order, they were like, give them a job, give them something to hold on to. She looked too much like Daphne. I gotta fix this. Cause I want to do like something stripey like this, but like make it mod, you know? Make it mod. Maud Flanders. We gonna hit her with a t-shirt gun. Man, I'm getting to that. I've hit that age where sometimes I like quote The Simpsons, but like I'm quoting it to people who like don't remember The Simpsons. I hate my life. I really want to watch Beavis and Butthead. I've never watched Beavis and Butthead, but I watched a little docu-series all about Beavis and Butthead. So I know a lot about Beavis and Butthead, but I've never watched Beavis and Butthead. Aw, man, I'm drawing with my mouth open again, and my VTuber is calling me out. I hate that. Like, I remember having friends who, like, weren't allowed to watch The Simpsons, and, like, I felt really nervous hanging out with them at their house because, like, I didn't want to, like, make a Simpsons joke and then their mom, like, get mad at me and then I can't hang out with them or something. Like, it was weird. I think the worst was, there's this girl that I was not friends with, but, like, my mom was friends with her mom, and so, like, they tried to make us friends. Did any of you had friends like that? I fucking hated that shit, because it was always, like, I don't know why, the kids were always evil. And, like, I don't want to, like, you know, call someone evil, but, like, there was always just, bad energy. Like, there was these two boys that my mom would always be like, oh, like, they're like, what is it, neighborhood, or, no, family friends, and, like, I don't know, they're always destroying things, fighting, like, fist fighting, and just, like, I went to the same school as them, like, later on in life, and they were, like, really disliked, like, you know, en masse by the school population. Like, everyone just avoided these people because they were just, like, so intense, and I was just like, why are you making me hang out with these kids? Anyways, this kid, that, like, this girl that my mom made me hang out with, she was, like, really into Beanie Babies, so that was one thing we had in common, but she didn't play with her Beanie Babies. She had them all in those, like, little, like, captive cubes, and, I was like, well, do you have any Beanie Babies that you play with? And she's like, no. And I was like, don't you ever want to play with them? And she's like, no. And I'm like, that's insane that a 8-year-old has that mentality already. Like, shit, man. I love dusting my figurines because in my weird little way, I'm like, I'm playing with them. But, like, yeah, I don't know. Weird. And then, I remember we were clicking through channels, and I was like, ooh, Simpsons is on. And she just looked at me, and she was like, I'm not allowed to watch The Simpsons. And then she turned on Seventh Heaven, and that was hell. Like, I was, I think, maybe, I was really young. I couldn't handle the concept of, like, live action shows. And I was really mad that I couldn't watch The Simpsons. I think I went onto her computer and played Reader Rabbit. And just did not engage. Oh my god. Liz say God, Seventh Heaven is fucked up, okay? Like, listen. I used to watch this, like, YouTube channel who would, like, break down, like, sitcoms and all sorts of, like, stuff like that, from that era, and they did an episode on Seventh Heaven, and they broke down, like, some of the most, like, controversial episodes, and I was like, what the fuck were they thinking? And I'm like, how come my friend could watch this, but not The Simpsons? I'm like, The Simpsons would never fucking make an episode like this. What the fuck is wrong with the writers here? Yeah, we love Reader Rabbit. Take me back. I just want to play Reader Rabbit. Sorry, I want to read what Liz wrote about SpongeBob. They said that they have a coworker from Tennessee, and she asked Liz if Liz was allowed to watch SpongeBob, and Liz said yes. And she said that it's, the coworker, said that it's not common down south because the parents thought SpongeBob was queer. No, that's so fucked up, but so funny. Oh my god. He is a queer icon, though. Regardless if it's canon or not, he's a queer icon. He's a true ally. Actually, why am I going to fix up the color? I'm going to be putting more stripes down this. Also, I'm with Candy with my mom didn't allow me to watch South Park at all. And therefore, I have no, like, interest to now. I've seen the movie. Like, those are the things that I went and I saw the movie as a teenager. Nobody stopped me. I think I went with my, like, uncle or something. He really liked it. And, like, I kind of, like, knew everything I knew about it through, like, osmosis. Because, like, I had friends who would watch it. And then by the time I was old enough to, like, kind of watch it, I remember watching it at my, like, in high school with the guy that I was dating at the time. And, I didn't like it. Like, I was just kind of like, I felt like I would have liked it maybe, like, younger. Like, I missed the window to get into it, you know what I mean? So I was just kind of like, oh, I like the movie better, but it was because, like, you know, better budget, better writing, blah, 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 blah. Also, hello, Jessie! That being said, like, I'm not gonna knock. Like, I actually really like aesthetically South Park. I think it's iconic, it's fun. And I would love to own vinyl figures or plushies of them, especially our boy Kenny. We are Kenny stans here. We love Kenny. And, like, as a kid, like, honest to God, like, I didn't understand any of the fucking jokes on South Park. I was just like, hee hee, Kenny get hurt. So, like, I don't know why my mom is fucking scared. Sometimes I see, like, it, like, all for sale at, like, Value Village, and I'm like, do I get this? And I'm like, I don't really want it. Like, I just kind of, like, want it just to, like, have it. And I'm like, somebody else, like, might genuinely actually want this, so, like, I'm not gonna buy it just so I could be like, I'm cultured, I own all of South Park on DVD. I don't want to, like, I don't know, I would much rather some, like, teenager who's really into, like, you know, oh, it's so awful to say this, but an old cartoons, I would much rather some teenager get their hand on it. Ooh, this old cartoon show I found, Kenny, another icon, absolutely. I hate, okay, this is like a hot take. Me earlier this stream, this is probably unpopular, but like, I'm gonna talk about 9/11, and then like, me now, I'm mad Family Guy's popular again. Yeah, South Park's still going. They recently came out with like a special episode or like some sort of like movie or something where they were like all grown up, and I'm seeing so much fucking fan art of it. I think the funniest shit was I went to Anime North and there was some South Park cosplayers, and I was like, holy shit, this is amazing. And I was like, hey, can I get a picture? And so they all posed and it was great, and I took a picture, and then they were like, do you want us to pose like something shippy? And I went, what? No, thank you. And then I just like left, and I didn't really like understand what they meant. And then like the guy I was dating at the time like turned to me and he goes, I think they're ready to like kiss one another over there. And I was like, oh shit, that's what they said, because like I don't think I heard them right. I was just like, what? I'm just here for a picture and I'm gonna leave. I'm mad, Family Guy. That's the whole sentence for me. Yep. I feel like Family Guy had multiple UMDs for PSP. I don't know, it seems like that energy. I don't blame the creators of South Park wanting to quit, but then also being like, money. That's how the Tank Girl movie got made. Jamie Hill was like, you'll never make a Tank Girl movie. Never. I won't allow you. And then he was like, money. So, like, you know, we all gotta eat. I think it's sad that it took, like, I'm gonna get this number wrong. Don't correct me. But it took, like, 9 or so. I think there's only 7 seasons of Beavis and Butthead. But, it took them, I think, like, until season 6 to, get Mike Judge's fucking name even on the opening credits, which is, like, fucked. I don't know. People are so shitty to, like, creators. If the South Park guys are still getting money for it, like, get on that. As someone who grew up looking exactly like Meg Griffin, maybe that's why I also don't like Family Guy. I was also bullied relentlessly. I hope you like this boppin' Terminator. Robocop versus Terminator music. Aw, you don't have to put sad emojis in the chat because I used to get bullied relentlessly. It had nothing to do with me looking like Meg Griffin. I don't think anyone other than myself made that connection. Like, it's not like someone was like, hey, you fucking look like Meg Griffin. No one ever told me that. It was just me. Like, I wear hats. I have baggy jeans. I look like Meg Griffin. Honestly, me just being like, I got relentlessly bullied. I don't know those people no more. I don't care. Oh my god, you guys, I got a Danganronpa story for you. Okay, so 1, I love Danganronpa. 2, there's this person who's a tattoo artist near me who did these really sick Monokuma and the bunny. She made tattoos of them and they looked so fucking good. And so I'm gonna get her to do a Sam and Max tattoo for me when she does custom work. Right now she's just an apprentice, so like she can't take on a lot of projects or let alone custom work. But when she does, Sam and Max, freelance police, we love them. And but yeah, so anyways, that wasn't the Monokuma story. So my work wants us to make, like, we're doing a whole bunch of anime stuff, and I can tell you that, like, openly or whatever, because, like, I've already released a bunch of stuff, like, through work that's anime adjacent, and, so it's, so funny, because my boss doesn't know much about anime, and sometimes I'll overhear her on the phone talking about Naruto, but she's, like, just slaughtering names left and right, and I'm just like, I don't know, I'm like having a good laugh. It's like, it's just like, I don't know, your mom calling everything Nintendo. Like, it has like that sort of energy. It's quite cute. And anyway, so she's trying to like learn these characters' names, and she's asking me about it, and she wants to put an anime bear on something. I can't talk a lot about the project, but I can talk about our inspiration board because it's all, you know, like already released products or whatever. So, like, I just want you to imagine us in a meeting and she's just showing me a picture of Monokuma and she's like, I like this bear, he's edgy. I can't. It was so good. I'm just like, a bitch is happy that they're still wearing their mask because I was smiling so hard, but it was one of those little crooked smiles where I'm trying not to fucking shout. I was trying not to laugh. I was like, I like this bear. It's edgy. So good. I also got accepted to work on a really big project. I did tell some close friends, so please don't mention it in the chat if you know. But I got accepted to work on a really, really big project that we're putting a lot of budget into at work. And I'm very, very excited. I pushed for it. Like, my coworker pushed to do the project, and then I was like, I would really love to just make you new artwork for this. Like, please, this is my calling. I'm not going to be getting any money for this other than my normal paycheck. So, like, it's not that kind of project. It's just like I'm not getting grunt work is what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say, like, for sometimes they just have me doing, like, shitty little projects where I'm just, like, swapping out sweater colors and stuff like that. Like, nothing, like, super exciting. So, like, when something comes in and I'm like, I can knock that project right out of the park. Please. Please. Oh, yeah. Sorry. There's nothing wrong with normal pay. You're totally right. I just mean, like, I have some friends who, like, think that I get commission, and it's just like, nope. But yeah, I basically, because I'm the informant, so, like, I'm, like, the middleman. I'm the one to, that, like, if my boss or anyone has a question for the licensees, I'm the one that turns around and I'm like, hey, licensee, we have a question. Here's what it is. So I'm the middleman. So I get to see a lot of stuff get, like, passed around or, like, stuff like that. And, yeah, so that's how I heard about this. I was just like, shit, I want to work on this. And it was great. So, yeah, I don't know. I woke up this morning and I was like, Mondays. And, you know, yeah, I wish we had a Garfield partnership. We actually do have the licensee for Garfield in the sense that we're allowed to put Garfield on stuff. We just can't make our own original artwork for Garfield. Because I think he's owned by a lot of... The license for it is so weird. I'm pretty sure it's a Nickelodeon license. Because we got, like, a Nickelodeon pack of, like, stuff. I'm not really, like, explaining it right, but yeah. Anyways, you know what I don't get? Okay, so I get it a little bit, but, like, I'm pretty excited to see, like, retro cartoons, like, okay, hear me out. I hate Archie comics. I fucking hate Archie comics, and I hate Archie himself. But boy, oh boy, there's something really charming about the style. And I love Josie and the Pussycats, and I love Sabrina. It's just Archie himself, I fucking hate. And, like, Archie comics in general are pretty stale. But, like, anytime, like, Josie and the Pussycats or Sabrina, like, go off and do their own thing, I'm like, hell yeah. Like, the newer Sabrina comics were really good. And shit like that. So, like, yeah. Anyways, there's a lot of people doing, like, collabs with Archie comics. So it's, like, all this, like, cute little, like, pastel blue sweaters with, like, Archie and then, like, Veronica and Betty, which he doesn't deserve. I'm just putting it out there. Archie doesn't deserve them. Absolutely not. Betty and Veronica just need to kiss and get it over with. That's my hot take. My other hot take is I don't like Garfield comics. I actually enjoy Garfield minus Garfield more than a traditional Garfield comic. I'm pretty sure I owned them as a kid, like a bunch of, like, big, like, compilations. But, yeah, I don't actually like Garfield. I really like the cartoon, though, Garfield and Friends. I watched the shit out of that, so it's not all bad. I think my favorite thing about Garfield minus Garfield is the fact that Jim Davis commented on it, saying that he was learning more things about John Arbuckle than he had ever, like, intended by reading this, like, new version of it. I always really liked Nermal as a kid, and then, like, growing up, I'm like, I can see why kids would like Nermal. Listen, I didn't like the movie Zombieland, but I really liked when Bill Murray gets shot and they're like, do you have any regrets? And he's like, Garfield. I just love that, like, he signed on to that because he, like, misread it. Like, I love that. He thought it was directed by, like, other people. Kills me. I wonder how much that actually happens in Hollywood and people, like, don't own up to it. Like, they get there on set and they're like, oh, fuck. I don't want to work on this movie. You know what I mean? Nermal is baby. We love Nermal. I'm gonna take a drink and my model's probably gonna do something weird. So, cheers. Okay, it wasn't that weird. We did it. We did it, kids. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Cosmo. I'm glad you like the dress. Ah, Token Duelist. Hello. Welcome. How's it going? It's going pretty good. It's going pretty good. But yeah, when I get the project out, which I think it's gonna be out, unfortunately, like next summer. But I'm really excited for it, and we might start releasing it for fall as well. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. Big project. Man, Liz is talking about their allergies, and how allergy season is bad, and it's just like, I feel you, my dude. I don't really have allergies, but every day I wake up and my throat is sore and I'm sneezing, or I get to the office and I just start coughing and I'm like, oh shit, I have COVID. No. And then I get home and I'm fine. Or like, it clears up halfway through the day and I'm fine. And I'm like, why did I wake up like that? So, in this day and age, any little minor cough I have freaks me the fuck out. Very chaotic of me to just, like, paint these stripes on like this. Oh no. Okay. I don't know about you guys, but I have this, like, terrible fucking... It's, like, reflective, like, or, reflex. Like, it's not even, like, me, like, purposely doing it. But, like, whenever someone is, like, you know, there's, like, a threat of COVID or something, my throat immediately wants to close up and die. And I'm like, I'm having trouble breathing. And it's just, like, I don't know why my body likes to do that. And then, like, I stop thinking about it and I'm fine. And I'm just like, hi, brain. Can you fucking not... Can you be nice to me? Or, like, I remember when I was first, like, going back... Like, I went back to the office, like, maybe 5 times in total in the last few years. And, I would get on the bus, and my brain was like, don't cough. Don't cough. And I'm like, I don't need to cough. Why are we thinking this? Don't cough. And then, like, I get, like, a tickle in my throat, and I'm like, you know, Also, I think I'm allergic to weed because, or maybe I'm stupid. And whenever I get high, I'm like, is my tongue swelling up? And then like I'll get high and I'll look at my camera roll and it's a whole bunch of pictures of me trying to take pictures of my tongue to see if it's swollen. Can't tell. I don't think it is though. And then my save search history is always Katy Perry. Gotta check in on her. She's quiet. I don't know if I told this story before, but like, the last time I got high, which was like late February, early March maybe, I got so high that I actually like blacked out. Like I went blind and I was in the middle of cooking and the edible hit right as I started to like, right as I started to fucking, I just made dumplings and I was about to boil them. And suddenly everything went white and I slowly just kind of like lowered myself onto the floor. And then I remember I hit my back off of, there's like a table in my kitchen. And I hit my back off of it. So like I like moved significantly. And then, yeah, I just laid on the floor and I couldn't see at all. And I could feel Fry, my cat, like sniffing my fingers, because of the food. And then he was sniffing my face. And then I could see that he like sat with me, which was kind of cute. And, Heat Waves by Glass Animals was just blaring from my my Alexa because I was listening to music and I was like, I'm gonna die listening to Heat Waves. This sucks. Because it was like on repeat too, because I was just really vibing with it. And I'm like, I'm gonna put this on repeat while I cook so that I don't have to worry about music or whatever. And I'm like, I'm gonna fucking die to this song. And then suddenly it just came back. Like I think my eyes were wide open the whole time. I just couldn't fucking see. It was just white. And that was the last time I got high. I also think that I was a little fucky because I had just come off a bunch of medication. It wouldn't have been in my system still. Like I wasn't mixing or anything like that. But I think like that was like, I had recovered from all of my surgeries and that was like my first time doing it since all of that. And I think like it was just a lot. Which is weird because I was on a lot of painkillers and I felt like that was a lot. But it didn't make me blind, so I don't know. So yeah. Don't do drugs. That's my PSA for you. We've come full circle. It's true. Candy saying, don't mess with anything more advanced than a microwave while high. It's true. I don't think the burner was on. I remember when I did get my sight back, I immediately popped up and like checked the stove, but I hadn't. Here's the thing. I put the dumplings in the pot. I didn't turn the pot on. So the stove wasn't even on. So my dumbass saved myself. The other day, I caused a small fire. Not high, I was sober. Because a french fry had fallen underneath one of the burners and caught fire. I have this box that's like on the windowsill, also kind of on the stove, so that fry doesn't jump on the stove and then jump on the counter and then eat everything that's garbage in the sink. Like dirty dishes and stuff. And whenever I tell people, there's a fire in my home, but it's fine now, they're like, it's the box on the stove. I'm like, why does everyone think it's the box on the stove? I very clearly remove it when I'm cooking. Anyways, I live in chaos.
Be gay, do drugs.
Hell yeah, Jesse, be gay, do drugs. See, when I was a teenager, I was pretty anti-drug, and I think that's totally fair, like, but now that I'm, as the grandpa from Little Miss Sunshine, now he was talking about coke, don't do coke, but, what he says does hold true, is that when you're a kid, you're stupid if you do it. And if you're an adult, you're stupid not to do it. And I'm just like, yeah, I feel you, Grandpa, from Little Miss Sunshine. He also said, he also said, one of my favorite quotes where, Olive is sad and scared that she's gonna lose the pageant, and he's just like, you know what a loser is? Someone who's so scared of failure that they don't even try. And that stayed with me since I saw that. Like, I saw it when it came out when I was a teen, and I'm just like, that's true, man. I don't know, Little Miss Sunshine's good. I showed it to my mom, and, I'm sure some of you know that I'm on weird terms with my mom. And I was like, oh, Mom, you should watch this movie. It's real good. And, like, I got, like, a really big, like, I don't know. I took a lot away from the movie, and I felt like I wanted to just talk about it to somebody. And I didn't have any friends around that time. So I was like, hey, Mom, watch this movie. I, like, went out and bought it to share it with her. And then she gave it back to me, and she was like, and she was like, oh, I was like, did you like it? And she goes, it was just another dysfunctional family movie. And I'm like, how can you watch Little Miss Sunshine and only take away that it's about a dysfunctional family? How do you do that? I mean, I get it. I can get people not liking it, but, like, you know. Oh, I was so sad. Yeah, I was really sad when the grandpa dies in that movie, but also, I don't mind talking about it because it's been out forever. But, like, fuck. The hijinks that happens to Grandpa and his body. My God. I think that movie's so well casted. I love that movie so much. Maybe we'll watch. I mean, the movie makes me cry, but like, maybe we'll watch that on movie night. It's still like a solid movie. Oh, I'm pretty excited to see everything, everywhere, all at once. I'm probably going to force a friend to see it. Be like, hey, see this movie with me. I was supposed to see it with somebody, and then they went and saw it without me, because that's what happens to me every time I want to go see a movie. Neo needs to visit Toronto again so I can bully him into going with me. He never sees movies. Who needs to be forced to see it? Well, I'm that type of person where, like, I want to go, like, immediately, and then somehow everyone's already seen it. And they're like, I already saw that. I don't want to see it again. And I'm like, bitch, I saw Spider-Verse 4 times, and I'll do it again. Spider-Verse took the record for how many times I've seen a movie in theater, and the movie that held that record prior to that was Jimmy Neutron. Yeah, we gotta give her these, not this peachy color. See, I'm a big movie guy. Like, that's my thing. I love fucking movies. I love movies so much. And when I say I love fucking movies, it means I love movies, and I love movies about fucking. No, I don't. Actually, that's a lie. One of my favorite movies is It Follows, and that's a movie about fucking. So, like, you know? I hope my neighbors can hear me shouting about movies about fucking. See, It Follows is just a big PSA. We're coming full circle again. It's just a big PSA because it's about not having sex. Don't have sex. Abstinence all the way. You have sex, you get tied to a wheelchair in an abandoned apartment building, and a scary naked lady will come and haunt you. Don't do it. Don't have sex. Easy. Jesse saying It Follows was okay. Leave. Leave. You don't have to watch my channel. Leave. Sorry, I took another drink. That's what my model was doing. DJ Tangent say, finally a message I can get behind. Yeah, I'm with Token Duelist saying, like, I love movies, but I would prefer to go with, like, friends or other people and stuff like that. Absolutely. And, I'm also solidarity with Cosmo. I've, like, the concert I went to this past weekend, that was the first concert in a very long time that I've been to, with somebody else. Even, like, pre-pandemic. Like, there would be, out of all of the concerts that I've been to in, like, the last 5 years, I maybe went to 1 or 2.
A gay nickel says It Follows is at best alright.
Leave. 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 How dare you say that while I listen to jazzy Danganronpa music and have a good time. Wow. I'm trying to fix the vibe, and here you are killing it, Jesse. But not like radical killing it. I mean, like, destroying. Like, just getting rid of it. Then I'm saying that they're about to leave and that they haven't seen It Follows, but it was probably okay. I hate you. Have a good night, though. Oh, I don't want to listen to this song. We're not going to listen to this song. We're going to listen to Jellyfish Fields. We love our queer icon, SpongeBob. Have a good one, Denim. Love you. But yeah, like, I think... Okay, so the last concert I went to prior to the Panasonic, I did go with a friend. But it was like a very, very small indie concert, and it was for Hannah. You might be familiar with her because she's done a lot of music with Grimes. Either in her music video, like she's been in Grimes' music videos, or you know, she did We Appreciate Power with Grimes. And then yeah, I was gonna say, like, before that it would have been with Jess when we went to go see Gorillaz, and it wasn't even like we were together, like we were seated on opposite sides of the stadium. So like, you know, that was Humans. So it was Humans era. But yeah, like normally I just buy 2 concert tickets and pray. I think the saddest thing I did, this is me like calling myself out. I think the saddest fucking thing is that I like bought concert tickets once. Me scolding Jesse for killing the vibe, also me killing the vibe. I bought concert tickets for a boy that I liked, and we weren't really talking, but not because of anything negative. It was just he flaky. And he got me really into Astra, and I love Astra, and I think of him whenever I listen to her, so I don't listen to her often. Gotta get those, crush down those feet. Can't let myself think like that. But anyways, she was playing before the world ended, and I bought 2 concert tickets, and I wrote him a letter, and I said, hey, I have 2 concert tickets, please come with me. And he ghosted, he never responded, hard ignore, and then on top of that, the world ended, and I got refunded for them anyways, so. There it is. You heard it here, folks. You do stupid things when you like people. You do stupid things for love. But yeah, we stand Hannah. The Hannah show was really, really good. The 2 opener, Hannah was the opener, which was insane because I loved her a lot more than... I bought the ticket for Hannah. I didn't buy the ticket for whoever the fuck. I don't even remember who the main person was. I remember just sitting there and frowning because the lead singer looked like a girl I didn't like. I was just like, I hate blank. I was like, I hate them so much. And then there was a guy on keyboard / bass, I think. And he had beige pants on and a Dragon Ball Z shirt and really big, thick glasses. And my friend Alejandro, who was with me, just turns to me and he goes, "Would you fuck him?" And I said, "No." I was like, "What? Don't do this to me." And he's like, "He's your type. Look at him. He's even got that beige pants." I was like, "Get away from me. Get away from me." Just accidentally punched my microphone. I'm so mad thinking about that. And then when we went to Enemanaguchi, one of the openers, I was like vibing. I was like dancing around or whatever. And Alejandro, who was also there, he's just like, "When's the wedding?" And I'm like, "Leave me alone." I love this song. It's so good. I wish they played this song at the concert. Enemanaguchi said that they had a hard time, like, posting the Scott Pilgrim OST anywhere, because Universal didn't understand, like, the appeal, and they just kept being like, "It's video game music, like, why would anyone want to listen to this?" It was really disheartening to hear, to be honest. It made me sad. I feel like I know her lips are meant to be, like, red. Liz says that they just remembered a meme with Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man saying, "If the guitarist looks like this, you're gonna die in the pit." Stop. Aw, thank you, Candy. Have a good one, rest up. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much for hanging out, though. My god. You're gonna die in the pit. Okay. I don't know, I want to, like, change her makeup a little bit. But I don't know. I don't think coral is gonna, like, look good on her skin tone, though. Oh, maybe. Oh, yeah. Oh, hello! First time chatter over here. Welcome. Django Draws. Hello. What we got cooking over here? I am working on an art trade. I'm just putting in the flats tonight, hanging out with everyone, talking about music, movies, PSAs, problematic memes. Yeah. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Haha. Thank you, Candy. Okay, bye, Candy. Cause like, I don't wanna I wanna do my own thing, but I don't wanna stray too much from the original because my friend, like I love the way that they color, but it also doesn't translate too well to like how I color. Does that make sense? Okay. Yeah, so the artist, I'm kind of unsure if they've changed like their name or anything, so I don't want to like use the name that like I know them as, but I'm gonna call them Till because like that's their username. Till has always drawn really cool like sketchy art like this. And yeah, I don't know, I love these like insane highlights and like shading and stuff like that. Like it's so cool. Also, have a good one, Jesse. Thanks so much for hanging out. It Follows is an amazing movie, and you're wrong. Bye! No, have a good one, Jesse. Thank you again. But yeah, Till drew my character's name and Pluto, and I'm in love with them. So I want to make sure that what I do for them is also really cool.
It follows with Stinky.
Jesse, leave! Leave me alone. It Follows is so good. Okay, my favorite part of It Follows is when the monster turns into the neighbor, the one that like lives with his mom, and or wait, no, it doesn't turn into a neighbor. It's going into the neighbor's house. The guy with like the denim jacket, like the cool guy, it goes into his house, but like it's approaching the house and it looks like Aaron Hansen, and then Aaron Hansen just punches through the window. It's so funny. It's so funny. That's not spoiling it, cause I don't say what happened, but I just say it looks like Aaron Hansen. That's funny. Man, after It Follows came out though, I was like walking to work really, like I would go to work really early and then I'd leave late at night because I had like really long shifts. And if someone was behind me, I would just like book it home. I'd be so scared. It was so funny. I feel like I haven't really put anything like hot pink on her other than her makeup. Whereas like this is like, it looks more unified to me. I know I didn't color this clip in. It's because there's so much, I don't know, maybe I make it blue to match your lip. One thing that you can look up without seeing the movie It Follows, that's It Follows adjacent, is the soundtrack. It's very, very good. I highly recommend the songs Jay and Detroit. Those are the two bangers. But the whole soundtrack's really good. Old Lady is also really intense. I would love to like animate something to it. I never will. But like when I listen to it, I'm like, yeah, this would happen and this would happen. So that's how I listen to music. But yeah. The soundtrack's actually made by the guy who did the music for Fez. Everyone's favorite little game. When I say everyone's favorite, I'm specifically thinking about how that man rage quit the internet. Maybe I don't want to make her, I was like, maybe I make her shoes magenta, but like I really like them purple. Yeah, the actual lady part's pretty like intense. Oh, you know what? I actually really like it. No. It's gonna stay this color. This looks sick. This looks sick. There was an artist that I was following, and he, oh, maybe we do like, yeah. He was doing Archie Comics covers. See, we're coming full circle again. He was doing Archie Comics covers, and, but he was doing them as horror movies, and he did one for It Follows, and, it's the scene that's in the trailer where the really tall guy comes in through the door, and, I really wanted to buy it. It was such a killer print, and it was out of stock, and I waited months for it to come back in stock. Doesn't ship to Canada. I was like, guess I'll die. Like, fuck, how am I supposed to support you? I just want this It Follows print that doesn't go with anything else in my home. I'm pretty sure Liz showed me that artist. They're a good artist. I'm pretty sure the artist either was in the UK or like California, and it was just like the shipping would have been insane anyways. So I was like, wow. Yeah, I actually love when other people draw characters like in the Archie style. Like I was saying earlier, like I love the Archie comic style. I just hate Archie as a character. Did any of you... Okay, here. Now we're going to talk about Archie. Did any of you watch Archie's Weird Mysteries? I actually really like that show because as Danjo draws... sorry, is it Dango? Danjo? Please spell it out phonetically how I address you. Yeah, Token Doula saying that they own the whole thing on DVD. That's really sexy. I love that. It's kind of a fun time. I love when people take Danjo. All right, cool. So Danjo saying that Archie pairs well with horror. I absolutely agree. And Archie's Weird Mystery was like a good, I think, reboot of it in the sense that like it was making things interesting. In, is it Greendale? Is that where they all fucking live? I don't know. But yeah, like, I really like that take on the characters. And I know some people like or no, they live in Riverdale. I'm an idiot. But I know some people like Riverdale. I have no interest in watching Riverdale. I liked live action Sabrina until it got, like, wildly horny. And I was like, can't relate. And, it made me uncomfortable to watch. I couldn't watch it in the living room anymore because everyone was naked all the time. It's like, oh, But I liked when like they did like a series. See, yeah, Dango. They said that they legit had to turn off Sabrina because of that. Yeah, like, she's in high school. I mean, I guess the characters that we saw having sex were not in high school, but there was that one moment where she's, like, naked in the woods with Harvey, and I was like, Sabrina, making me blush. Like, I don't really want to watch this. I'm embarrassed. I don't think that, like, Mortician guy is, like, Sabrina's age. And one could argue, like, oh, well, they're magic. They're immortal. They just chose to look like teenagers. But then I'm like, ah! Yeah, I have no interest in watching Riverdale, and I don't know anything about Riverdale other than Cole Sprouse. Is it Cole Sprouse? It's one of the Sprouse brothers. I'm pretty sure it's Cole. And yeah, it was just, ah! But, they made, like, actual, like Archie died in like, these, like, really dark comics that they released. And, I thought that was pretty cool. I was like, yes. And do not resurrect him. But it was, like, a murder mystery, and, like, all of his friends were, like, mourning him and stuff. It was fucked up, but, like, I was kind of here for it. Yeah, I mean, the actors are older in Grease, too, but... Danny still shouldn't have brought that 40-year-old woman to prom. So... Grease, like, hurts my brain to watch. Like, it's so unhinged. I like it, though. I like it because, like, as an adult, it's just so funny. Like, as a kid, I was watching it, and I'm like, yeah, this is good. But then, like, as an adult, I'm like, what? I'm like... Who? I get it. You didn't want to cast high schoolers because Grease is also wildly horny. I feel like that looks so wrong. It needs to, like, curve. But then when I curve it, it looks weird. Grease was like a holiday movie for my family. Like we would always just watch it during Christmas. And I thought, well, I don't like Christmas movies, so this is a compromise. I also don't like musicals, but Grease is one of those movies that it's just really fun aesthetically and strange, and it gets away with it. It's kind of like, I really like Little Shop of Horrors for the same thing. It's just strange. And the fact that it's a musical, really just strange, but I'm here for it. Also, Seymour, you can get it. Seymour is so cute. Do not like Dr. Horrible. Do not want to see or be seen by Dr. Horrible. I can understand why people like it though. And to be fair, I only dislike it because of the convention scene. Like when it was at peak popularity, it was like, it has like the same Doctor Who energy in the sense of like, I was just so tired of being talked at about it, and I'm just like, And then like, I don't know, I don't like when people are like, I love that movie, sing song to me, and I'm like, not really pitching this movie to me really well, you know. I want you to stop and go away now. Yeah, I think it's okay. So it's really weird that a lot of us in the chat are like, yeah, I watched it a lot as a kid, or like as a kid it was like acceptable to watch and stuff. And it's just like, it's really not a kid's movie. Like everyone's having fucking sex, and like that girl gets pregnant, and then like she's fine, and they're like, phew, I'm not pregnant. And then we got like Beautiful Dropout, and we got like The Bad Boys, we got Unhinged Racing. I'm just like, yeah, high school was weird, but like it fuck. And like, I don't know, the fact that everyone's like 40 years old, also weird. I remember looking at like my high school, or like it was like, I think my grade 8 graduation picture, and it was like me and like all the other students, and I was just like, we look so young. And I was like comparing myself to like people on TV who are like 20 being teenagers, or you know, older, 30 and being casted as a 16-year-old. I really want to see Dancho talking about Phantom of Paradise. I haven't seen it, but it's been on my watch list ever since this girl that I had a crush on was like, you would really like this movie. And I was like, I bet I would. And then I never looked into it. But I think it's on like a streaming service or something. Like it keeps getting like pushed to me. I'm like, I gotta watch that. But I want to watch it, like I give it my 100% full attention in honor of my crush from college. Oh, actually, Candy just left, but like Candy really got me into Repo the Genetic Opera, so I really like that one as well. And 4 ads? Fuck off. I'm so sorry. Why am I selecting this? Stop. Man, I'm so sad that like Nicktoons Fighters was kind of dead on arrival, because I was like so excited for that. And I feel like Nickelodeon just didn't care. They like even saw the hype and they're like, you know what? We're gonna choose not to care. Cosmo saying that Daft Punk got the ideas for their helmet through, I'm assuming we're talking about Phantom of the Paradise, which would check out. That's really cool. I actually learned about where they got their name and how it was through a bad review, which I thought was really funny. Oh yeah. Token Duel is saying that TV shows are like the reason why people are like, when you're 30, you should look super old, but we don't. Oh, have a good one, Liz. Good night. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you around. Danjo asking if I'm gonna be leaving Twitter. No. I feel like artists are kind of pinned in a weird social media corner already. Like, the algorithm really doesn't work on Instagram if, like, you're not posting every day and you're not posting, like, hot body pictures. It's so weird. On my like personal account, if I post up my face or a full body picture, it gets pushed and so many people will like it, and then I'm like, I post up cool graffiti or something, nobody looks at it. And then my art, it's so hit and miss. Like, even if I draw fan art, it doesn't matter. I'm like, maybe my fan art's bad, maybe the fandom I'm drawing is bad, but, like, you know, being an mostly original artist, like, the content that I make is not really fan related. It sucks, dude, but, like, it's also, like, I don't know, I'm drawing what makes me happy, and so, like, I already have that going against me, and then I don't like, I was really bad at Tumblr, to be completely honest, and, I will say I get more engagement on Instagram than I do anywhere else, so I would never leave that platform. And then Twitter, I really like it because I feel like I'm more interactive with people, which I really like. Like, I make a lot of friends through Twitter, so to leave completely would be absolutely detrimental to my social circle, I think. Or at least, like, you know, I really like it there. I really like it there. There's a lot that needs to be fixed. There's a lot, but, like, I'm gonna feel that way about wherever the fuck I land, you know? It's, I don't know. The thing is about Twitter, it makes me feel like shit about literally everything I do. Like, it makes me feel like I'm not good enough, I'm not pretty enough, I don't draw well enough, everything I say is stupid. And I'm always worried that someone's gonna, like, come out of the woodwork and just, like, bully me for, like, something mundane. Like, I'm gonna say something as a joke. Like, I said something as a joke once, and a whole bunch of the responses were just people explaining it to me, and I was like, that's the joke, though. Why are you all mad? And it wasn't offensive. It was just people being like, actually. And I'm like, shut up. Just turn off your brain. Like, it's just, it's funny, okay? It's just funny. So I don't know. Twitter causes me a lot of just mental stress, but I like it most of the time. I have a lot of things muted on Twitter other than, like, my friends' posts, because I just want to see the people I follow. That's one thing that I don't really like about Twitter. And I don't mean, like, people retweeting things. I don't have a problem with that. It's mostly, like, when, like, all the promoted shit. Like, I get pushed a bunch of accounts that, like, I don't follow and I'm not going to follow. And I just see all this, like, normcore meme shit. And I'm like, why is this doing numbers? This is old. Or, like, why is this doing numbers? It's not good. So, like, yeah, I'm not gonna say that. And I'm not gonna say that, it's because I'm scared about getting bullied. I'm scared about them coming back. So I won't share my story. But, yeah, there's a lot that I'm, like, nervous about on Twitter, and I try and be careful about and mindful about. But, like, I didn't like Tumblr's layout, and, like, I don't know. I had the most followers ever, like, on any sort of social media platform that I've been on Tumblr. But, like, nobody engaged in my content, like, ever. So, like, I don't know. A lot of people are like, I'm going back to Tumblr. And I'm like, why? And a lot of my stuff got flagged and taken down because of the porn bots, like, detecting porn, but it was, like, life drawing or, you know, not actually porn. So, there's also that. And, like, I don't know, I get really defeated really easily, and, like, I feel Twitter and Instagram work for me, even if it's on, like, a small scale, and I'm happy with that. But I don't think anything that Elon Musk is going to do to Twitter is going to really change it. If anything, I think it would be really funny if we, you know, did to it what we did to Tumblr and it just becomes worthless. You know, we just make a bunch of accounts and then don't fucking use it. It's not about deleting your account, it's about, like, just making a ton of accounts. I don't think that that's how that works, but, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, maybe he thinks that he could control it better, but we're still gonna bully the shit out of him. That's the thing, is that there's more of us than there is of him. And, like, yeah, like, the next thing's gonna come around, we're all gonna love it. Like, I had big hopes for the app Artful to share my art on it, but, like, if you weren't in there during the beta, good luck getting any followers. There were some people who had, like, 5,000 people watching them. I had 6. And I would try and comment and be active. No one would engage with me. I have no idea how anyone found art. For a while, there's no real hashtags either, so it's like, how do you even look at my art? How do you find it? And I tried pushing it on my social media, and, like, no one was really following me. Why bother? It's dead on arrival. I don't know, I just feel like my art's not meant for people. I say as I draw and stream for you people. But, like, I don't know. It's weird, it's weird. Like, it's not mass media friendly, if that makes sense. But I also shouldn't have to feel that way. I never felt that way when I was, like, on DeviantArt drawing. I was just kind of like, I hope one day I'll get a daily deviation, you know? Oh my god, the new UI on DeviantArt is so painful. We hate it. I saw this, like, tweet once that said, like, it was like someone who was not an artist was giving advice to artists on social media, and, like, they were just, like, saying what we should be drawing, and then also saying, like, that we should be drawing more and stuff like that. And I wanted to reply, get well soon, so bad. Like, just get well soon. Oh, hey! Hey, Jay! Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for the raid. But yeah, long story short, I will not be leaving Twitter, so. And, like, I try and update my link tree pretty frequently as to, like, where you can find me. Right now I'm not really active on Etsy because of that whole thing, but also, like, Who Buddy, it's rough on Etsy right now. But, like, that's at least, like, kind of like a financial thing. It's not because of, like, you know, just because, you know. Also, hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, it definitely feels like, I saw a tweet that said something like, it feels like we're kind of slowly getting fenced off into a corner when it comes to, like, social media. Not to be a downer or anything, but it's just kind of like, I feel that. I get it. I feel like social media is not really creative friendly. Like, it's mostly for, like, normies. And I'm not, you know, faulting the normies for that. But, like, you know, I don't know what to do when it comes to my art anymore. Oh, ha ha ha. No. Okay, so that's okay. That's okay. I appreciate you talking about my Etsy store. It's really sweet. It's in vacation mode right now just because like the fees are climbing. Like I already pay some of my friends to help me manage it because like I get a lot of sales and I'm one person and it's really overwhelming and stuff like that. So I pay my friends to help me manage it and help me mail out stuff. Cause like they do like we do like big mail orders. So like it's like their store, my store, and another friend's store, and we just all go to the post office with like all of our orders. But like, you know, paying them plus losing a lot of money with Etsy fees, and then I was also working with a company that was doing a lot of my stuff print on demand. And so like, you know, if you want to hear about something unfair, so if you go to something like Threadless, which is where most of my stuff is now, the thing is with Threadless, I'm not losing money if nobody buys anything, or if I want to take down something or something like that. I'm not losing money. It's kind of just like safer financially. Whereas like on Etsy, I was working with a company that was printing my shirts on demand. So like you would order it and then we would make it for you. But let's say the shirt is $50, okay? They would charge me the $50 immediately. Your payment gets processed. Like I get the money for the shirt. I get the money for the shirt like every Monday. So or like every Monday I get my like quote unquote payout from Etsy. So if I'm saying like, hi, I'm having financial struggles or something right now, please consider, you know, if you want to help me out, please consider like, you know, my online merch and stuff like that. It's actually so fucking painful because they take out the money immediately to make these shirts print on demand. So if your total is something like $200, I'm probably getting dinged for like 180 of it. Like I make like $5 a t-shirt or something like that. Like the profit is so small. And so they refund me the $5 when it gets like does it make sense? Like it's hard to explain. Like basically they take out the full amount and they're like, well, you know, you'll get reimbursed when Etsy pays you. But like I've had weeks where I'm in the negatives because I've had a quote unquote successful week on Etsy, but it's taken all of my fucking money out of my bank account to make the product. And like, you know, then I have to wait until Monday, but you know, if rent's due Sunday, like what the fuck do I do, you know? So it's been tough. Whereas like they're trying to have the same sort of system. Also, hello, I'm Spectre. Don't think I didn't see you. Hello, precious angel. Welcome. But it's not necessarily like I make about the same on like Threadless, like give or take the product. But it just sucks because Threadless isn't the same quality as these other people, but also it's like Threadless isn't charging me the full amount. They're just be like, here's your profit. So I just get the profits. I don't have to deal with, you know, the cost or whatever because the customer's dealing with the cost of the product. Like if the product is $45, I get the $5, right? I do have some stuff on TeePublic, but I get no traction on TeePublic. Nobody buys anything from TeePublic. I've had TeePublic for years. Nobody buys anything on TeePublic. I also don't like their uploader. So that's kind of why I went to Threadless because they have a lot of the products I was already making that were already print on demand. And like, I've always wanted to make skateboards, so that's why I had my skate shop. But like, I didn't sell anything on there, and like I was paying to keep the domain, so I've just closed that now. and moved the skateboards over to Threadless. So, you know, if you want one, you can still get it. But, like, you know, I invest a lot into my art that, like, you guys don't really get to see. And I'm not faulting anyone for buying or not buying anything. But it's just, like, these sites are not friendly, you know, to artists. That's what I'm trying to say. You know, it has nothing to do with the customer. And I don't know how people who make a whole bunch of big sales survive. Because, like, one big sale can fuck me over for a whole month, you know? So, I just want to slowly get away from Etsy. The thing is that I have all of this leftover stock from, like, conventions from years ago. And I want to move it. And I'm not really selling at conventions anymore. And when I do sell at conventions, it's... you know, it's not a good representation of me. Like, I don't draw like this. I don't like these fandoms as much anymore and stuff like that. I don't want to toss them out. I invested time and money into it, you know? It's a really difficult sort of spot because I want to liquidate these things, but I can't make them any lower. They're not moving. It's just dead stock. Like, what do you do? And I was hoping to just, you know, liquidate off all of my old stock and then close my Etsy store. That's ideally what I want to do. Because all the other things that with my recent artwork are just print on demand stuff working with like another company. So like I would rather just, you know, take my $5 and run off you know, through Threadless than having to pay this enormous like your order, I'm also paying the same for the order, you know, it's insane, it's insane. Also, have a good one, Danjo, and I will see you soon, maybe. Thank you so much for hanging out and for all the good vibes. Thank you. Have a good night. But yeah, so that's why I'm not, so when Etsy increased the fees, I was just like, absolutely not, you know. And, like, PayPal's also increasing their fees, but it's like, what's really their competitor? Like, I live in Canada. Like, I don't know. Everything is bad. But I'm just trying to, like, make art and be happy. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna say something cringe, but you know, at the end of the Fight Club movie, I've never read the book, so, and I don't care to. But you know, at the end of the Fight Club movie, when they just explode all those buildings, we're going back. Everything comes full circle. So you know, they explode all those buildings, and they're like, everyone's debt was erased. We need to do that. We need to get on that. Maybe not that destructive, but like. Everything's digital now. Yeah, apparently you can sell stuff. Okay, so I was told that Ko-Fi is actually spelled coffee, or like said like coffee, and that totally makes sense. So yeah, apparently you can like have a little shop on there. But yeah, I don't know how that works. And I don't really want to like take commissions through it. See, I've been saying Ko-Fi, like Wi-Fi, Ko-Fi. I'm silly. I don't know. It says buy you a coffee, and I was like, oh, okay. I don't know. My brain's small. I only fully identify as a valley girl when it comes to reading. I don't read. That's the thing. It's spelled like lo-fi. It's spelled like Wi-Fi. So, you know. And like it's like a Harry Potter character name. You look at it, and I'm just like, I don't want to say that out loud, and I skip over it. Move on. You think I want to spend a half hour trying to say some of those fucking names? I don't. I like that I draw, I know I already said it, but I like that I like draw with my mouth slightly open, and then like my silly little avatar also catches me doing it. I'm like, oh no, she's just like, while I draw. Dopey. Okay. Vibes were everywhere today, I'm sorry. I wanted it to be chill, and it's just us been like complaining about Archie comics and the most unhinged things. See, it's gonna be nice when I have my TV head model because she has no mouse. 7-Eleven. Never forget! We actually have a store here called 9/11 Milk. Aw, Token Duelist saying that they thought about me the other day at work. Thank you. Why though? Token Duelist saying that they have a Gorillas fixture. And they were like, yeah, they'd love that. I probably would. I probably would. I was dating this person for like a short amount of time last year. And not only was it miserable, but they like commented on like how much like Gorilla stuff I just like without hesitation just buy, and it's like I'm not buying everything that they put out because I'm not interested in everything. Like I don't need special editions of certain things and stuff like that unless like it's something that I really vibe with. And you know, obviously I want all the toys and stuff like that, but if the toys, like I didn't buy the giant noodle in the Jeep because I didn't like the way it looked, and it wasn't like the traditional Jeep. It was like a 20th anniversary, you know, and it was like the camo Jeep. Absolutely, take my fucking money. But I didn't care for the like the Aries Jeep. I didn't care. But he made a comment like about that, and I just thought like I love these little guys when I was like 12, and like my mom, I had to fight her to even buy CDs. Like that, she would never have bought me like any toys or clothing or anything like that. And it was also hard to come by in the 90s, so the fact that it's just like I'm an adult and I make my own money, and you know, if I want to spend it on these ugly little cartoon characters, I'm gonna do it, you know? That's how I knew he wasn't the one. Let me have a crumb of happiness in this hellscape. And if it's in the form of little monkey guys, I'll do it. See, I have to stop buying, like, stupid figurines. That's me. Like, I'll be like, I could just buy 7 blind boxes of these. And I'm like, no, don't do that. I say as I buy a whole box of blind boxes. But, like, listen. I'd do anything for the gorillas. Also, if the whole set is good, you know, and you have the money for it, I don't know, I'm living my, like, little kid fantasy. If, honest to God, as an adult currently, I'm just trying to make, like my inner child happy. And I'm not saying, like, I needed material things and shit like that as a kid, but, like, I used to get relentlessly bullied for liking gorillas and stuff like that as a kid because they were weird, and, you know, I've heard it all. They're not a real band, blah, blah, blah. And it's just kind of like, you know, my mom couldn't really afford to get me, like, cool things, so I got a lot of bootleg stuff, but I loved it just the same. So, you know, now that I'm older, it's just kind of like, yeah, I do want that speak and spell. Only $20? Here you go. Speak and spell is not $20, but I want, like, the 70s one. Like, the one that's in E.T. I want the speak and spell. Just so I can sit there and listen to that song that has Charlie XCX in it called Diamonds. And I just spell out diamonds on my speak and spell. And I'm like, haha, diamonds. That's what I wanted. Man, I really love Hatsune Miku, and I also got relentlessly bullied for liking Hatsune Miku. I wasn't even into Vocaloid. I just was like, this is a really interesting concept. I love it. And I remember posting up when they were, like, first introducing her concert stuff, and, like, it wasn't even a thought that she would ever come over here. But they posted up footage of, like, her first concert ever, and I shared it on Facebook, and I remember just a whole bunch of people were like, this is weird. Why the fuck would anyone spend money? And I'm like, you spend money to see movies. Okay, and that's watching a screen. Why can't I go to a dance concert? Do the same thing. Relax, have fun. I don't know. Normies are weird. It's like, I don't know. I don't get it. Like, if it makes someone happy, like, why you gotta be mean about it if it's just something like that, you know? If I ever make a dating profile again, I'm just gonna lie and say I love hiking and doing yoga, and, like, I'm gonna, like, stage a whole bunch of, like, normie pictures. Cause, like, whenever I post up in, like, full earnest on, like, a dating site, I just get bullied. It's like just high school all over again. And I'm just like, you really think you're gonna get a girlfriend if you send people this shit? Moron. I don't know. I'm not... me, I'm trying to fix the vibes. Also me, I'm sad. I listened to a podcast about a guy dying on a hiking trail the other day, so maybe hiking is not, like, really something I should be talking about on my profile. I don't want to end up like that guy. And he was a part of a hiking club. I'm not a part of a hiking club. It's over for me. My future date, just like, hey, it says on your profile you like hiking. You want to go hiking? And I'm like, yeah, let's go hiking. And then I die. It was wild first date. Cosmo sharing their experience on dating apps. I find that, like, the small percentage of, like, weird people that I end up, like, talking to on, like, dating apps, like, when I was on dating apps, are, like, really weird. Like, danger level, like, haha, I'm in danger weird, you know? And it's just, like, okay, yeah, I'm weird, but I'm not, like, this, you know? Oh, true. Like, I also would not hike with a stranger. Oh, yeah, I feel you, Cosmo. Cosmo saying that everyone who asks to see their art goes to them immediately after. I know you mentioned that to me previously, but yeah, like, same. Or the worst is they bypass the dating profile and they'll just message me on my business account on Instagram. And I'm like, get out of here. My business account on Instagram has so many people fucking blocked because like they'll look at my art and then they're like, hey, not a lot of selfies here. I'm like, this is my art account. Why are you trying to be horny on my art account? Get out of here. I don't know, fucking weird. And it's like, don't follow me here if you don't want to see my art. Like, I don't know. I once had a guy and I liked him and I was just like, I honestly just said, you know, I wish you were more like into my art. And he was like, oh, and then he's like, well, what's your store? I'll look at, I'll see what you have. And I said, I don't want you to buy something from my store if you don't genuinely like it. Like, if you're doing it because you think it's gonna make me happy, like, I don't want you to engage in my art in that way. Like I just said, you know, that's something I kind of wish you did. But if you're not vibing with it, don't vibe with it then, you know? Like, I want an honest sort of, like, connection, you know, when it comes to stuff like that. Like, I want a partner who's gonna gas me up. I'm gonna be like, look at this silly little drawing I drew. And then they're like, oh my god, you're the best artist ever. And I'm like, thank you. So, like, you know, I want that. And it's like, if I ever dated a creative, I'd do the exact fucking same thing. I'd be like, look at this thing my partner made. They're beautiful, and so is their art. That being said, every time I have dated a creative person, there's been, like, this chaos that's, like, not good. So, I don't know. I like to think, like, I would... Ideally, like, in my own little head, I would love, like, a power couple sort of thing where, like, they're really passionate about, like, making art or music or something like that. Whereas, like, a lot of the people, I say a lot, there's only been, like, a very, like, 2 people that I've dated that were, like, also artists. But, like, they did it in a way where, like, it was, like, art's easy. And I'm like, art is not easy. Like, you're just a fucking hack. Get out of here. So, like, there's, like, that sort of, like, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know. I remember I didn't get into the program that I wanted, and the guy that I was dating at the time tried to, like, give me advice, but A, he was not a cartoonist, and B, he was also not applying for that program, nor did he get into that program, because, you know, he didn't, that wasn't his forte, so I was just like, fuck off. And then we got into a fight, because at Christmas, I went to his house, and his family was like, oh, he told us that, like, you didn't get into your program. Maybe he can give you some lessons. And I'm like, I'm about to scream. Like, they would just gas him up. And I'm like, and for what? And for what? I'll just say, I didn't think he was a good artist. And I was mad. And it was because he wasn't passionate. I think everyone is a good artist if you're passionate. And you can tell when someone loves making art and when someone's making art because they think it's like an easy profession or it's an easy way out. Hello, Lewis! Everyone, put the thing! Do the thing! Do the thing, that's the man! That's the man! Do the thing! And for what? When the soy burger is just okay. Thank you. Y'all come through. I love that for you. But yeah, I want a relationship like Hunter x Hunter and the Sailor Moon couple. That's like power couple shit. I love that. I love that. The literal face. The face of disappointment. We love it. We love it. I like Pi saying stop. Oh my god, it's getting so late. I'll probably finish up soon. Because it's late. And I'm going to the office tomorrow. Boo, we hate it. Actually, no. I'm working on a really cool skateboard for work. Except it's a skeleton, so like I hate it. Sometimes I forget that I start my streams late, and I'm like, oops. Oops. It's fine now. You missed it, Lewis. We were talking about 9/11 earlier. Oh no. Pi! You want me to release a draft tweet? Okay, fine. Pi has redeemed this point. We gonna release a draft tweet. What chaos do I have? Oh, I have a good work story that I'm gonna release. Sorry if my poor model's doing something weird. Yeah, okay. Alright. So, for those of you who didn't see the tweet, I'm just gonna read it. It says, I say a lot of horny shit on Maine, but during a work meeting, in regards to making items for Playboy, I audibly shouted, in fear? When I saw a naked lady. So that's where I am in my life. It was like a cartoonish Homer Simpson shout. And I'd like to say it was because everything is normally cheekily censored. Like when we get like packs of like artwork or covers and stuff like that. So full nudity is unexpected, and I was also with my coworkers, and I felt my face turn red when I flipped to the image. It was okay, so from my perspective, it was like I was trying to find a whole bunch of like Christmas covers because we wanted to do some Christmas themed Playboy stuff. For those of you who don't know, in the fashion industry, February and March, we do everything for Halloween, back to school, and Christmas. So I was like, hey, Playboy, do you have any like Christmas covers or anything like that? And they were like, yeah, we'll send some over. And normally it's just like, you know, a girl and she's like unzipping her Santa suit or something like that. And it's just like, yeah, whatever, right? And like there was one girl and she's holding up like a really fuzzy like rabbit as if it's like a Santa beard and stuff like that. But she's like totally naked, but she's posed in a way where you can't see anything. And it's like, for me, that just reads as like artistic bullshit, whatever. It's fine. Like it's no different than like, you know, when you see naked people in art school, it's fine. But one of the covers they sent us said Happy New Year, and it was from the 70s, and everyone was just, there was nipples everywhere, and I was like, whoa, can't use that image on our shirts. I also found out during this meeting that we've gotten a lot of complaints about selling Playboy stuff, which, again, it's a lot of the Playboy stuff that we're selling just has the rabbit on it or the word Playboy. It doesn't even like actually have like a horny image on it or anything. And like Playboy is so like it was one of those like they're so careful about their brand that like they will tell us if something looks trashy. They're like, that doesn't read. Like, they want to be, like, as classy as possible, which, like, I get it. Like, they want to, you know, make it... And, like, if you actually, like, look at some of the, like, I have a whole PDF that's just filled with, like, high-res photos and shit of, what do you call it? Of, like, all of the magazine spreads and stuff like that. And a lot of them are just girls looking cute and not even naked. Like, I don't know what I thought Playboy magazines were like, but there's a lot of like really cute, like artistic, like, oop, her skirt's a little too short, but like I'm not actually like seeing anything, you know? It's not like a real dirty magazine. It's just kind of like a horny magazine. So yeah, I don't know. I felt really silly when I screamed because it was like such a reflex thing. I'm a fool. Oh, I don't want to draw skeletons tomorrow. I don't want to draw skeletons. And then like I saw my like next assignment lined up after the skeleton skateboard. You'll never guess what it is. It's more skeletons. Now for t-shirts. I have to draw 4 different skeleton t-shirts. One time they wanted me to do 4 skeleton t-shirts in like 2 days, and one of them they literally wanted me to draw a parody of like The Last Supper, but with skeletons. And they're like, make the table messy with like beer pong and like empty bottles and shit. And I'm just like, okay. And they're like, draw them with beanies. And I'm like, okay. Draw them with snapbacks. Okay. I once drew a whole bunch of skeletons and I like gave them like streetwear so that I only had to draw like their hands and their faces, like the actual skulls. And the buyer that I drew it for got mad at me. She's like, I don't understand why you gave them clothes. And I said, well, wouldn't it be weird if it was a whole bunch of just naked skeletons hanging out, but we put hats on them? I said, that implies that the rest of the skeleton's naked. And he's just naked with his friends who are also naked and only wearing hats. And like, she just like looked at my art as I was saying that. And I think she said something like, I'm not thinking that far into this. Like, she was kind of like more of a wine man. I will say Jesus loved to party, though. From what I've gathered, Jesus loved to party. But like, oh, that's like so many skeletons. I ended up drawing only 5 skeletons. It was like 1 in the middle and then 2 on each side. I was like, that's all you get. We're talking about how Jesus liked to party. That's what you missed, Token Duelist. I'm probably gonna wrap up around the 3-hour mark, so that's like in another like 10, 15. I don't want to go to work. I don't want to draw skeleton. But thank you though. I know a few of you, like I think Cosmo. Yeah, Cosmo's saying I am good at drawing skeletons though. It's because I have to. I have to be good. I'm sure I've told this story before, but I'm going to mention it again because it humors me whenever someone's like, you're really good at drawing skeletons. My life drawing teacher, I drew skeletons so fucking poorly in college, apparently, and I probably did, to be fair, my life drawing teacher actually asked if I had considered other career options other than art. Like, he looked at it and he sighed, and he just said, have you considered, like, going into something else? And I think that's the most brutal critique I've ever fucking had. Second to my storyboard teacher saying that she didn't have enough Post-it notes to fix what I made. She wanted us to storyboard a whole short film, like an original short film, so I did. And but she gave us like it was the assignment where like she would give us oh my god, okay, so that life drawing teacher, I didn't get some of my assignments back, and like I was so scared of him, and I didn't really want to ask for them back because like I don't know, he gave me a lot of anxiety, and he made me hate drawing. But I found out through freshmen that he kept those assignments that I never got back and used them as bad examples and didn't even censor out my name. So I had people finding me on Tumblr and DeviantArt and being like, yo, I saw your bad drawing. This teacher, you know, he was talking about you, showed us it. And I'm like, he would. I don't know. Art teachers have such like this crazy power struggle thing happening, and it's just kind of like, you're just mad because you're a teacher and you're not working in the industry anymore. Get over it. But anyways, what was I talking about? Skeletons? Yeah. Oh yeah, my storyboard teacher saying that she didn't have enough post-it notes to fix my fucking assignment. It was one of those assignments where, like, they make, like, the first 5 panels, and then we have to, like, make the rest of the story ourselves. So, like, we have to, like, figure out what we think is happening in the panels and, like, expand on it. And, it had to be, like, holiday related, so it was, like, a Christmas story, and, like, I wanted it to be, when she said holiday, I was like, oh, I'm gonna do a Halloween story, a little spooky thing, and I wanted to draw like a cute little ghost girl or something like that, and I incorporated that into my like story or whatever. Anyway, she didn't like it. She didn't like it. She hated it. And that was the last thing I ever made for art school, and she actually told me to take down my story because it was so bad. Like, she hated it that much. So I remember just unpinning all of my little... I was also sick for like 2 weeks. I'd caught something really bad. So like I drew it. I did my homework while I was fucking ill. Oh, this song goes so hard. Anyways, I took my storyboard, I unpinned it from the board, and I walked down to the office downstairs, and I left animation. I was like, hello, I'd like to withdraw from this program. And then I flew out to New York City, and I hung out there for a week, and that was fun. It's a shame that I'm not here. But yeah. But, you know what? If it wasn't for me quitting animation, I wouldn't have gotten to see Cake Boss in real life and eaten a cannoli. So, like, life finds a way, am I right? Life finds a way. I had that cannoli. I remember it every now and then. I met Frankie from Cake Boss. You know Frankie from Cake Boss? I met him. I did. I won. My favorite part of the New York trip was, so that's the thing, just quit animation, take a vacation to New York City, stand in Barbie's dream home, although it doesn't exist anymore. Sorry, just the way Lewis wrote that. Didn't one of those cake fellas die? What does that mean? I know one of the, I think his name is Anthony. There was like a delivery guy who like wasn't actually a baker. He was like one of the delivery boys. He like went to jail multiple times on like drug charges and all sorts of stuff. Oh yeah, in art school, you might have like you went in like mentally stable, but you like ended with like mental illness. And if you started with mental illness, good luck. That was me. I don't know, like that's the thing, signing up for art school, I was getting ready to like I was fully ready to be knocked down a few pegs because I was from a small town, I was the only creative really, and you know, everyone kind of like was like, oh wow, you're so good at art, but it's because like everyone else was like, you know, a factory worker or a nurse. And then like, you know, I was ready for that. I was not ready to be told that I shouldn't be an artist. But you know what? Don't let your dreams be dreams, because in high school I had, I think, a 6% in French, and they took it out of my curriculum because they're like, you know what? You don't need French, it's fine. And I'm like, yeah, I don't need French, it's fine. And now I'm in charge of doing French translations for work. and I work one-on-one with that, so shh, it's our secret. See, he's laughing too. It's funny. Man, high school was so whack. I had 12% in English. And like, I remember my English teacher being like, I've never given anyone a 12%. And I'm like, yeah, world record over here. I will wear it with pride. Yeah, I definitely think a large part of my struggles came from ADHD. Also, my mom just had a baby, like, at that time, so, like, I was also sleep deprived. And now I hate my little brother. No, I do, though. That's not a joke. That is me being a little real, but I'm playing it off like a joke. No, I'm kidding, I'm kidding. I do hate him. Also, thank you, Token Duelist. Saying drawn better than most of the art teachers and classmates. I don't know about that, but I appreciate that you think that I draw okay. Okay, I'm gonna wrap it up here. It's been a wild fucking night in terms of conversation, but thanks so much everyone for hanging out with me. We'll be playing more games soon. I just really wanted to like get through this and like work on colors and all stuff. And yeah, you know how it is when you're drawing and you're coloring. But now I got all the flats done, so shading and coloring will probably not take that long. And then I already have the background done. It's just hidden. But yeah, I'll be streaming probably Wednesday or Thursday, depending on my week and how it goes. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your night. If you got work tomorrow, have a good day at work. If you don't have work tomorrow, enjoy that day off. And if you got school tomorrow, why are you still up? But yeah, thank you for the little cheer there, Pie. And yeah. I will see you all soon. I love you. Big smooches. Mwah. Okay. Bye.